Okay, so I figured today we'd take a look at PowerShell in Windows 11. So I got the Windows 11 virtual machine booted up here. So to get to the scripting PowerShell interface, what we're going to do, you got to click this little search bar down here. We're just going to type in ISE. And this is the one you want right here, Windows PowerShell ISE. We're going to right click that and run as administrator. And click yes. It's going to start up the environment here. Okay, so the first thing I like to do, it starts out in the System32 directory. I like to change that just to the root C directory. So you're going to type in CD, uppercase C, colon, and a backslash, and then hit enter. So that's going to take you to the root C directory. Then you type clear, and it'll clear the screen. Okay, so before you get started scripting, especially in a new machine, one thing you want to make sure to check, Windows won't let you run scripts out of the box, so you have to manually change it. So to check to see if it'll let you run a script, what you're going to do is type a get execution policy, and then you can tab complete it. See, I've already changed it to remote signed, but if yours says restricted, what you're going to do is type set execution policy space, and then you can tab complete it to get the options. So we don't want that one. Nope. Not default. Remote signed is the one you want. So select that and hit enter. So if we go up here, new script. This is the scripting plane we're going to use. So I figured just to test this out, I'd run you through a quick pipeline script that I usually like to use. It will calculate the design pressure for you. So to start off with, we're going to set up or define our variables. So in PowerShell, the variables start with the $sign. And for the design pressure in DOT part 192, we're going to need to know the pipe outer diameter. So we're going to start with that. We'll just call it pipe OD. That's going to equal, and since we want to prompt the user for what they want the pipe outer diameter to be, we're going to use the read host command. And if you notice that, you can actually tab complete. So if you just type part of it, hit tab, it'll fill in the rest for you. And here is where we put in what we're going to ask of the user. So we're just going to put in enter pipe outer diameter. So that will prompt the user for what they want as their pipe outer diameter. So we'll keep going here. We're going to need the pipe wall thickness. So we'll do $sign pipe WT for wall thickness. And the same thing. Going to read host. Enter pipe wall thickness. Next thing we're going to need is the pipe yield strength. So same thing. Type in pipe YS for yield strength equals read host. Enter pipe yield strength. And just to make it more complete, we'll ask them for a design factor also. We'll call design F equals read host. Enter design factor. Okay, so now we'll just test it now. So I'll go ahead and hit this play button to run the script and see if it's working properly. So, yep, down here it's asking us for a pipe diameter. We'll just put in 20 to test it. Pipe wall thickness, 0.5. Yield strength, we'll say, is 52,000. And design factor will say 5. Okay, so it's prompting us, so that's good. So we'll go down here and clear the screen. So we'll keep going up here. So now we'll need to solve, so we'll set up a variable just called design underscore pressure. And here's where we're actually going to do our calculations. So design pressure, just like in DOT Part 192, is going to be 2. We use an asterisk for multiplication, so it's going to be 2 times the yield strength, which our variable for yield strength is pipe ys. So we're going to do $, and see, it already wants to prompt to you, so we can just go down here, click pipe yield strength times $, pipe wall thickness times the design factor, and all that is divided by the pipe outer diameter. So let's just run through and double check here. Design pressure equals 2 times yield strength. Yep, that looks all good. And so once it does that calculation, it won't display it yet, so we gotta tell PowerShell to display that variable. So we're going to use rate host. And we'll tell it to display that design pressure variable we just calculated. And we'll tab complete it. Okay, so let's do a test run here. And before that, we should probably save our script here, so we'll click save. Call it design pressure. Okay, so we'll hit play. Okay, so here we go. It's prompting us for a pipe outer diameter. We'll say 20 inches. Pipe wall thickness, we'll say 0.375. Yield strength, we'll say 52,000. And design factor 0.5. Okay, so here it's given us a calculated design pressure of 975. We can improve this a little bit because we don't know what units that's in. So we'll add something here to the rate host. You can mix variables and just regular text. So that's what we're going to do here for rate host. So we'll say the design, oops. Say the calculated design pressure is, that's going to display what the calculated amount is, and then we'll include units, PSI. Okay, so let's save that. We'll clear our screen here. Actually, we can add, so we don't have to clear the screen every time, we can shift this down. Whoop. And we'll add a clear up here to the top. Just so every time we run it, it'll clear the screen. So we'll hit play. Okay, under pipe outer diameter, we'll say 16 inches, 0.375 wall thickness, yield strength, say 52,000, and design factor of 0.5. Okay, so here you go. The calculated design pressure is 1,218.75 psi. So, clear the screen again. If you want to make it even more fancy, you can actually, we'll go up here to write host. You can actually change the foreground color if you want to change the text. So let's see what we can do here. Foreground color, just to help it pop a little bit. If you can see, it populated some of the options there. Let's go with green. Save it and try one more time. Pipe hour diameter 20. Let's go with 0.5 wall thickness this time. Yield strength 65,000. And design factor 0.5. Okay, so here it's displaying in green. The calculated design pressure is 1,625 psi. So that's probably all I'm going to cover today. Just figured I'd show you guys a quick little script. I might go more in depth into PowerShell a little bit later, because there's a whole bunch of things you can pull from other machines and from Active Directory. So, but just for now, I figured I'd show you guys a little pipe calculation script. So that should be about it. Thanks for watching.